Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, Nate Almighty, and I'm back with another Raising Kanan Season 4 Theory and Prediction. And what I want to do is, I want to go over every single one of Jukebox's influences to become a cop. Because over the course of the 3 seasons that we have seen of Raising Kanan, Jukebox has had different influences, different things said to her by different people that will ultimately influence her to be a cop. Without further ado, let's get to it. Jukebox's many influences to become a cop during the series. Even though Jukebox was a booster, even though she did crimes and will end up doing more crimes, she absolutely hates criminals, especially drug dealers, for what the drug game did to her family. This is why, even though she would have been extremely successful as a drug dealer, because she has Marvin's aggression in her and was raised by Raq, she refuses to involve herself in any part of the drug trade. The death of Nicole absolutely guaranteed that even more. Now, let's talk about the influence that Raq gave her that will ultimately lead her to be a cop. Now, Raq and Jukebox had a conversation in season 1 in regards to being involved with cops. And with me paraphrasing, Raq said something along the lines of, sometimes it's good to have police as friends. That's something that Jukebox will carry with her and take with her as she moves on and evolves within this series. That's the first time we've seen her have inspiration or influence towards being a cop, or at least paying attention more to cops and the effect that they have, or how cops could be involved with criminals and just the overall power that cops have. Now, Jukebox's next inspiration or influence towards being a cop, we got Officer Burke within seasons 1 and 2. With Burke, seeing Burke being able to bend the law for her. For example, when she beat up that boy from church, she got arrested and Burke easily pulled some strings to get her released and allowed her to keep a clean record. She also learned through that example that not all police are bad, which is why later on she alerted Burke about Howard going against her in order to pay her back for looking out for her. And we could almost say that Jukebox had a friend in Officer Burke. It would have went that way had Burke not died, okay? And next, her third influence, we got Detective Howard himself, okay? But this is where the more sinister aspect of being a cop and the benefits of being a cop had an influence on Jukebox. We still don't know exactly how much Jukebox knew in regards to Raq and Howard and Kane's connection. She was very young when both her parents were gone, and it's possible she remembers seeing Kanan's parents interacting when she was a toddler. She also is very perceptive on a level that Kanan is not on and may never be on. She reads people very well. A testament to that is the scene where Jukebox is seen from afar, watching Howard go into Burke's funeral. And by the way she was looking at him, you can absolutely tell that Burke's death hurt her. She actually liked Burke as a person, and that without having any proof at all, she knew that Detective Howard was responsible for Burke's death, further making her hate the police, but at the same time understanding the power that police have. And she recognizes that they have a power that people like her and her family simply will never have. They are truly above the law. And as we know, Jukebox hates being under the scrutiny of the law, especially the fact that her associating with her family causes her to be viewed in a certain way to the world. And she will ultimately want to be above the law. She does not feel free in the hood. She does not feel free as a member of the Thomas family. She will choose to find her freedom in the military and in the police force. And now, the final person so far who has an influence on Jukebox becoming a cop, we have Detective Tanner. We are likely to find out in season 4 that Detective Tanner is related by blood to someone within the New Jersey or New York Mafia. And if that comes out to be true, then the writers will definitely make it so that Jukebox finds out in her own way. His conversation with Jukebox during season 3 finale could be a clue to what I'm suggesting. And if you're not familiar with this conversation, Detective Tanner said to Jukebox while interrogating her after her performance with her music group, he says, hey, take it from someone who grew up or comes from a fucked up family as well. You could try your hardest to get away from your family, right? And I'm paraphrasing, by the way. You could try your hardest to get away from your family, but one day, when you get out of the dark and in the light, you'll still see the scars. My question has always been, why was Detective Tanner able to relate to Jukebox in that way? He's able to tell that Jukebox is somebody who is someone who's not involved in the streets and is really trying to advance in life, just like he may have been. Why would Tanner say this to Jukebox? That's the question. Now, in conclusion, Jukebox has had many influences from both sides of the law in regards to the effect that the police can have on people, how police can help, and also how police can get away with their crimes and actually be above the law. And I believe that Jukebox will have even more inspiration towards doing this in season 4. And ultimately, she will decide that the only way she can really have the kind of freedom that she wants is by keeping her record clean and actually becoming a cop herself. Like, shit, come subscribe. Peace.
Can't teach that shit, nigga. Come on. That's God-given. That's touched by an angel. That's on the dome, nigga.